What differentiates a hero from a villain? One side may view someone who has killed more than 1,000 people as a hero for his service to his country, while the other side may view the same person as a beast or savage for slaughtering helpless soldiers in an effort to preserve one of the most heinous ideas to have ever influenced our globe. Today, we'll take a closer look at one such instance by talking about Heinrich Severloh, a German Wehrmacht soldier who participated in Operation Overlord on the Omaha Beach. Before the war, Severloh was born into a farming family in Metzingen, Lüneburg Heath, situated in North Germany. Family benefited from Hitler's drive to rearm, which resulted in a large amount of money being poured into farmers like Severloh's family. Therefore, he did not lead a particularly remarkable life when he was younger. Like most other men of fighting age, Severloh was conscripted into the Wehrmacht on July 23, 1942. At the age of 19, Severloh was assigned to the 19th Light Artillery Replacement Division in Hanover. Then, in August, he was moved to France, where he underwent training until December before being transported to the Eastern Front, where he was given the responsibility of operating his division sleighs. He would grow dissatisfied with the life of a Wehrmacht soldier later in his service on the Eastern Front, prompting him to make dissenting remarks that led to him being forced to perform physically demanding tasks that left him with lifelong health issues and put him in the hospital for the following 6 months. He took a break after leaving the hospital to help his parents in the 1943 harvest. This respite wouldn't last long because he was quickly called back to duty in Normandy, where he would become well known to the Allied forces. 9 hours of non-stop firing. On June 6, 1944, at around 5 a.m., Omaha Beach began to hear the first gunfire. American Higgins boats arrived at the shore in waves after waves. Here, Severloh would take the initiative, being instructed by his lieutenant to keep firing until they ran out of ammunition. The defense was tense, with Severloh controlling an MG-42 that a sergeant he didn't know supplied with ammunition. Between the waves of American troops, the barrel of his MG-42 had to be swapped out with one of the 3 spare barrels he cycled throughout the defensive. Often the just-used barrel would burn the grass that it was rested on due to the sheer amount of ammunition which passed through it. As well as letting the barrel cool down in between waves of troops, Severloh would take breaks and shoot at the oncoming wave with his carabiner 98K to allow the MG to cool down. Severloh fired 13,500 bullets from his MG-42 and another 500 from 2 carabiner 98K rifles. During the course of 9 hours of non-stop combat, he killed about 1,000 American soldiers during this time, with some estimates going as high as 2,000. Hero or monster? This is the reason why, depending on which side we are on, there is a distinct distinction between what we describe a monster and a hero. If you were a member of the German side during this attack, you would view Severloh's actions as heroic. He not only remained behind to defend his portion of Omaha Beach after the majority of his countrymen had fled, but he also shown fortitude in the face of a challenge meant to safeguard the national interests of his own country. On the other hand, he mercilessly mowed down up to 2,000 young people with no repercussions, as he would later be captured by the Allied troops in a retreat, with no one knowing of his deeds until his statement was given in a book called Sie kommen, Die Invasion der Amerikaner und Britain in der Normandie 1944. The winner of the war always dictates history. This is why we see someone like Severloh as a beast compared instead of a hero. If an Allied soldier did the equivalent, he would be revered in the army community as a hero. Like how many pilots look up to aces from the wars. A great parallel would be Simo Häyhä, who killed 500+ Soviet soldiers during the Winter Wars, and is now seen as the height of combat sniping skill. Context always matters, so remember to look at both sides before you call someone a hero or a monster.